a special episode of Runderground, as we are going to be running through during the lockdown. Currently the United Kingdom is in a state of lockdown. I'm counting this as my once a day daily exercise. I'm going to be running the Victoria line, and I want to document what's missing or what's different. It's just interesting to see how things are changed. Now, I've actually ran the Victoria line twice already. First time round I was recording on my GoPro and I lost all the footage. This time round is just completely different to what it's like before, and probably will be a lot different for what'll feel like a very long time. Alright, so we are already at our first stop at Stockwell station. That was actually a lot closer than what I'd anticipated. For some reason I thought it was going to be a lot further than that. However, it is what it is. But I just really want to see what's happening in Zone 1. Like, the areas like Zone 2 outwards are busy, but Zone 1, I just have an idea of what it's like in my head. This is like pure spring weather, so I'm grateful that at least I still have the opportunity to go outside and still run and exercise. Trying to do Runderground in your house, it's not quite the same, is it? Alrighty, so we have arrived at VAUXHALL. I read an article recently, and it was about them knocking down VAUXHALL bus station so that they can make more flats, which I just find a bit of a shame, because it's quite, I mean, it's interesting architecture. There's still quite a lot of cars about though. Definitely lots of cars, lots of traffic. Where are you all going? As we have passed VAUXHALL, that's in the Zone 1/2 boundary, but now, once we get to PIMLICO, it's going to be like an actual zone. Like, this is officially Zone 1. We've got to PIMLICO. Where's the logo? There it is. This is like the subsurface station. I mean, it just looks like a shop. So we just made it to Victoria. Now, I want to have a very quick peek inside the station just to see what's happening.
6 minutes.
That's crazy. Alright, I don't want to spend too much time here because I don't want to get into trouble. Yeah, it's dead. Like, this is Victoria Station, and there's, what, not even maybe like 10-15 people inside. I've never seen that before. I've seen that. Just to give a slight update, so obviously at Victoria Station we're 36 minutes in, and it's 5.3 kilometres in. From what I remember, this actually goes past Buckingham Palace. If there is going to be anyone there, there will be people there speculating at the fact that there's no people. Anyway, let's have a look at Buckingham Palace and see what's occurring. This is so weird. And like, again, like with the steps, no one around. This literally feels like, it's like a 28 days later, but like the crap reboot, because there are still people living. Yeah, I just never imagined it being like this quiet. Like, I live close to Victoria Park, and it gets pretty busy in there. Yeah, I don't know why, I just keep on thinking that things should be busy, but obviously not. Just to get it documented, that's a Green Park. This hair, man, what's going on? Just had someone who was walking towards my direction, and I moved out of the way. And then they said, you're meant to abide by the social distancing. Bear in mind that this other person was with, I'm assuming, their partner or their housemate, whoever. But they were got quite sassy. Here's the thing, I have no problem with accepting criticism. Maybe I should have been watching my distance, but I just find it a bit weird. If I was running with another person I could understand, but I'm running alone. Anyway, I hope they're okay. I've actually been able to score myself an interview with some special people, so I just wanted to take the opportunity to thank you for chatting with me. What do you think about what's going on right now? Yeah, it's weird, and do you think it's also weird? Yeah, there's not really any much room for comment. I'm going mental. Anyway, right, let's have a look at what's happening in Oxford Street. So maybe it's Oxford Circus, but there are quite a lot of police around, so I don't really want to stay here for long. Like I said, I didn't really want to stick around there for too long because there were quite a lot of police around. It's just, as you would suspect, it's just dead. Just to give an update of my general observations so far, passing through Zone 1. I've actually not even seen many people running through Zone 1. I think if anything, it's mostly people either walking or on bikes. But that's about it. I haven't really seen many other runners or joggers. It's just people walking or cycling. But I do think it's great that we still have the ability to exercise outside, especially with this gorgeous weather. Alrighty, so we just made it to Warren Street. That was probably the quietest part, but given the route that I'd taken, I don't think that it was it's not normally a busy route anyway. I am sort of tempted to see what's happening, but I'm also it's just going to be the same as literally any other station that's around, where it's going to be quiet. And also I don't want to jeopardise anyone else's health, just in case. Alrighty, so let's get to Highbury and just say bye to Zone 1 London. But it's just interesting to document what's missing and what's changed. Yeah, it's all happening. We've reached Highbury and Islington station. Just as I predicted, it's a little bit more busier in Zone 2 than what it is compared to Zone 1. Just behind me is, of course, Finsbury Park, so we finally just intercepted that. Next stop, I believe, is Seven Sisters. Seven Sisters, which I think is still open, but they've just restricted some of the access points to get to the station. So next up we've got Tottenham Hill, BLACKHORSE Road, Walthamstow.
Huh? What?
So next up we've got Tottenham Hill, then we've also got BLACKHORSE Road, and then Walthamstow Central. In this area it's not really been as busy than compared to Highbury and Islington and kind of Finsbury Park. That area is pretty busy. But around here, with the exception of the cars, on pavement it's actually not that bad at all. To Tottenham Hill Underground station. After this point, I don't really think there's that much left now. I think there's maybe 3 kilometres. It looks like as if they're building a new railway entrance. it looks like. There's a lot of construction going on around here. A hell of a lot of construction. So I'm running next to the wetlands, or Walthamstow marshes, I believe. There's like a very, very slight breeze that's coming off of the water, and it's just so fresh. That's very much needed because I am very hot. Already and arrived at Blackhorse Road. At the moment the station's closed. They've temporarily closed it due to the C word. And at least I know now that there's only one station left, and that is Walthamstow Central. So just a quick documentation that I've made it to St James's Station, which is not part of the Victoria line, so that one is going to be covered another day. However, what I do know is that the stretch that I'm on now, so it's literally like a straight road all the way down there, it takes me to Walthamstow Central. We are here and made it. 24.74 kilometres, 3 hours 17 minutes and 47 seconds. There's a lot to think about from today. I think it's just very interesting to see the differences with Zone 1 and compared to what they're like in all the other zones. I found that North London was a little bit quieter than compared to South London, but other than that, that is everything for Runderground.
Hi everyone, Editing Me here. So the video ended a bit abruptly while filming that, and I feel like as if there could have been a lot more that could have been said, so I'm going to say them now. In the back of my head while filming that, I thought it was something that would pass in maybe like a few months. This was filmed in April. It's now September and it's something that's still ongoing, and now we're facing a potential second wave and that we're seeing more localized lockdowns across the UK. At a last resort there could even be another second lockdown, we don't know. So I think it feels very weird to summarize something if it's still ongoing, and I think that's where my head's at with it right now. I was even reluctant of sharing this in the first place because it's hard to document something while you're still going through it, you know? I think it's important to highlight my experience at the time and just to see, well, you know, that it happened and it's still happening. It's just a very weird thing to explain. I know it's not quite how it is that I end my videos, and I am sorry that, you know, it just kind of ended abruptly. I don't like finishing my videos like this, I guess, but I just wanted to clarify that, yeah, because it did end just suddenly, like, okay. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens. I don't think anyone really does know what's happening. Love that. Thanks again for watching this rather weird Runderground video. That's the only way that I can describe it. It was just a very unusual, very weird feeling. However, next week's video should be all back up to normal. Well, normal. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Take care.
So thank you so much for tuning in, and I shall see you next time for Runderground.
Runderground.